visible? What is like barely visible? Like, how do we define barely visible? That is the real question today. Also, next question is if audio is working and how blurred is audio. Okay. Also, next question is if audio is working and how blurred is audio. Very bad. Very bad audio. You guys can hear the PlayStation fan. That goes crazy. We'll turn it down to here. It may no. We'll leave it here. Okay. The PlayStation fan reigns supreme in what you guys are hearing. Alright, perfect. Yeah, I should be fine. Please enter the current... Jesus Christ, it's 10 o'clock at night. Hang on. We're waiting for it to go over to 1. Hang on. Yeah, I want this to be as accurate as possible. As accurate? Alright, it's 1. Note, accessibility settings can be accessed. Okay, yeah. Okay. I like that, anyways. Over the end is never the end. Never the end is loading end. I think I've seen this game on TikTok like once, so I was mildly interested in it. And it was on PlayStation Plus, so...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Damn, he really be releasing Time to Kill while on live. Anyways, I wasn't paying attention at all. What am I supposed to do?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't realize I fucking downloaded a Peppa Pig game. 420! 420! 420! This isn't because I am a teenager, okay? It's just funny number. I hate Mondays. Me too, brother.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's no difference, but I'll go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yeah.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah. I like this guy. He's completely right. I can't sit down.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Yeah, it is.
A room
Look.
so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Oh, there's
Really
a painting?
worth it.
Oh my god, you didn't tell me there was a painting, bro. Ah, this is true.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yeah, probably. Anyways.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What's over here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Anyways.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Sorry, there's
Good
something
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I know they think I'm powerful. I think I'm going to like this game. I think I'm gonna like this game a little too much. Over the end is never the end, is never the end, is loading end. Oh, where have I? Oh, what the fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Anyways.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Just 'cause
Perhaps he wanted to
myself
stop by
doesn't
the
mean my
employee
actions
lounge first,
change.
just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this
I don't
room.
really care about
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Anyways, back to what was happening before.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah, maybe we
I'm not
have.
your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, there's a shorty, a lady involved. I'm going to have to kill myself. I'm very afraid of women.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Her. I'm scared. Oh, what the fuck?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't know if I can. trust people. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll listen to you. How do I pick it up? I found out how to crouch, guys. How do I pick up the phone? How do I? Oh. It's white now. Please don't like do a Freddy Fazbear jump scare. It's 10 o'clock at night. Please don't.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
What the
Hold
fuck?
on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I was
They want to
hoping you
commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, that was a... Okay, no. I'll listen to him.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Okay, I want to go away now.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay, fuck you.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
What the fuck? Nah. I'm gonna press every button but the one. You know what? Keep roasting.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Yeah. Alright, watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boy!
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Is that time right? Hang on. It made me put in my time earlier. It's 10:32. Ooh. No, that time is not right. Do I have to? There's a woman here. No.
As he wandered through
What
this
the
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh my god.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Wait, this game's telling me to go back to the beginning.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, Watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, he's not saying shit.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I
No.
tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
The man behind the slaughter. I question everything. No, fuck that. I question everything, okay? That's probably a bad idea, but I question everything, okay? I refuse to stand there for minutes waiting for a response. Wait, what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not
Feeling a
getting
wave
fired.
of disbelief,
Podcast.
Stanley
You're
decided to go
unbelievably
up to his
amazing
boss's
work
office,
all day,
hoping he might
every
find an answer there.
My boss's office. Who was it?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't want to go there. I kind of don't want to be here either.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I don't know how to fucking be a little bitch and listen to whoever's talking to me. I'm gonna call him Gerald.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Thank you, Gerald.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay. I'll listen to Joe. I will listen to Joe.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I listen to Gerald. What does this mean? There's no going back, fuck.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
God.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We were like at the 400 something, right? 487 or something. I forgot what room this one.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, that's just every job.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Jesus Christ,
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Honestly, I can get with that. What'd that do? Is this turning into a horror game? Look, it's 10 o'clock. I'll gladly play a horror game. I will.
Blackness.
But not at 10
And a
midnight.
rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it over? I'm more concerned about the jump scare than
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Is this
Where
real?
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
This is getting
what to do,
ridiculously deep.
or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Aw. Stanley was happy. I'm not. I'm severely disappointed. Damn, wait, I just beat that. Okay. Alright, stream's over, guys. Stream's over. No, there's more to this. I know it. I feel it. There are a few places I wish to go. It just starts back here, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe it's behind the 420 door, guys. Hear me out. So how come we get our own office? Are we special? Perhaps we're the man behind the slaughter.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I like this room.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left,
here,
down,
like it just
left,
there.
right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Hi, Gerald. Down here, Gerald? Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Wait, actuals? Is that just an ending?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Funny.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If I think back, what do I do next? I could go down the escape path. Because I feel like if I just go that way, I'm just going to end up there anyways. Let's go back to the other way.
When Stanley...
What?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh. Gerald, I love your way of thinking. I think we'll go left. And then left. And then straight. And then left. This is gonna be a maze, isn't it? That's what happens when you pull an all-nighter.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
There was?
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is it broken again?
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Yeah.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, Gerald.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
Damn,
The
Gerald, you're a
story.
genius.
Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay, yeah, Gerald. This seems perfectly reasonable and not in what the fuck.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
I think I'm going schizo,
Is this the story?
Gerald.
I don't think so.
Gerald.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley?
I remember.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Gerald, there's more to the story.
No, I don't feel
Yes,
right about
Gerald.
this
There
at
we
all.
go, Gerald.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
You know, Gerald's a really nice guy once you get to know him.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny!
Look, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
That was very
interesting. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The fern. I've got to remember the fern. That Gerald said. He's not here.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Not
intelligent
exactly.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Oh my
Something
God,
exciting, daring, mysterious.
Mysterious?
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
The door opened up. Oh, over there. Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Yay.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Big black oily men and
Oh,
me
no,
sitting
not
on a
you
couch.
again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Yeah.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
But I don't want to follow it. I just have the urge to follow it. Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From
Yeah.
here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask,
someone
will taking the
commented.
right door
Gerald,
lead
someone
us to where
commented.
we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes,
Gerald, I'm sorry, I have to pause you. Someone commented. I'm important, Gerald. Yo. Ah, yes, I love doing all this to view a single comment. Yeah, kill yourself, Braden.
then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct...
You gotta turn up the fucking mic for gay ass people. Anyway.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Oh? Oh, thank you, Gerald.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
8 times?
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Gerald.
Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Gerald. Yeah, Gerald.
My mind goes
Me and
blank
you.
simply because it's written here on
Me
this...
and you, Gerald. 100
thing.
years. Gerald and
Whoa.
Stanley.
Well, you consulted me.
Oh, I like this
Why
chair.
don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it
I like
really...
this chair.
No, it can't be. I don't
Hang
want
on.
it to be.
Gerald, I'm
I
gonna
don't
stay
want the
stop
game to
yapping.
keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped.
Wait, what?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Yeah, we're breaking the cycle.
Whatever it is that made this schedule. How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Gerald, my man. It's just
So-
me and you.
Okay.
No. I've been through the
Guess now
trenches
we just
with
wait.
Gerald.
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
I'm not
this
quite
is a
sure if we're in the
story.
destination
Great story,
or
Gerald.
the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Yeah, Gerald.
Well, in the
I
meantime,
like
if you...
how empty. What the fuck? No, what? What happened with me and Gerald? What happened? Also, that hurt my ear, okay? Do not play loud, like, horn noises in my ear. That hurt.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo?
Okay, but
He could no longer recall.
Gerald.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I've played these games before!
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
I forgot about
no reason at all.
What about me and Gerald?
None of it made any logical sense.
And now we're going
And as
in
Stanley
circles.
pondered this, he began
hurting.
to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my...
Why did doors
Oh my God,
close
stop.
automatically behind him wherever he went?
Stop.
And for that matter,
Stop, this
these
is hurting
rooms
too
were
much.
starting to look pretty familiar. Were
Stop.
they simply repeating?
Stop.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not
I don't
woken up.
like the
How was
darkness.
he remaining so lucid?
I don't
And
like
then
the
perhaps the strangest
darkness.
question of them
What
all
happened
entered Stanley's
to the
head.
confused
One, he was
ending?
amazed he hadn't asked himself
What happened to
sooner.
my Gerald?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
What happened to my
Now the
Gerald
voice
in
was
the
describing
confused
itself being
ending?
considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
I've played
I'm
these
dreaming
games
about a voice
before.
describing me, thinking about how
I've
it's
played
describing
these
my thoughts,
games
he
before.
thought. And while he thought it all very
thought.
odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving
played
himself,
Doors.
believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't
I've
have to
played
take responsibility
Doors.
for
I've
himself?
played these.
Stanley
Alright,
is as a...
Gerald. People are actually commenting. I'm getting concerned. Oh my god.
Awake right
Degenerates.
now,
Absolute
as he's ever been in
degenerates
his
right
life.
now.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Gerald.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Oh god, this is turning into
the fresh air
ASMR.
of a world outside this one.
The world
Let
outside.
me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
I want it to be over.
Let me go back to my job.
Let me go back to my
pushing the
job.
buttons.
Let me continue pushing
It's
the
all
buttons.
I want.
It's all I want.
I want my apartment.
I want my
and my
apartment.
wife.
I want
and
my
my
husband.
job.
And my
all
job.
I want is my life exactly
All
the
I
way
want
it's
is my
always
life
been.
is the way is exactly it's
My
always
life
been.
is normal.
My life is
I am
subnormal.
normal.
I am not normal.
Everything will be fine.
Everything is sometimes fine.
I am okay.
I'm not okay. Anyways, back here. Speed running doors. Go, guys.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
My eyes, my ears. Too much stimulation at once.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my god,
But
is
on
that
this particular
Stanley?
day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh, so just an
And although
average
she would soon
schizo.
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane.
This game is flexing. This game is flexing on me.
And what
This
is
game is flexing. It's
comforting to
perfectly
think
sane
this.
mind.
And in a
Also,
certain
stop
way,
commenting about
seeing this
Poppy
man
Playtime,
made her
you
feel
two.
better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
Oh no,
and
they're
by
simping over the
extension,
random
rest of
ass
her
woman
life.
that you can't even
She
see the
had no
face
time
of.
for this.
Jesus
So it was
Christ.
only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Yes,
And
stare
then
at
she
me.
turned and ran.
Yes, stare at me. I have no shame. Over the end is never the end, and there's never the end. Loading, and the end is never the end. So the end is never the end. So Enderman fucking the Ender Dragon. It's all connected. I didn't get a trophy for that one. What was the confusion ending? I don't want to be here anymore.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, it's restarted.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's like restarted properly this time. I think so. Everything looks the same. I think it restarted.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
It
it.
fucking restarted again.
Stanley felt lightheaded.
What was the confusion
ending? To
ending?
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I wanna
Stanley
go
was so
this
bad at
way
following
again.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
So
I'm
hold
not.
on there.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
So we'd go
but
over
the
to
fact
there,
is that the
right?
story has been
Could
about
we do
nothing
some
but you
parkour?
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
I don't have a wife.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Gerald, you're just not the Gerald from the confusion ending. And if you're not the Gerald from the confusion ending, I don't like you.
Now
Also,
listen carefully, this is important.
what the fuck?
Stanley
The
walked
duty
through the red door.
Wait, what? What door did he tell me to go through? I'll go blue. I like blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story?
Yeah, it was
specifically for you.
You're not.
You don't think I put a lot of time into that?
You're not the real Gerald.
And in the end, it was all for
my
nothing.
Real
Because
Gerald
this
from
is
the
what you wanted to
confusion
see.
ending.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what.
Gerald.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No, I'm gonna go right again. I really liked it.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically
Holy
and
shit!
artistically.
How? What are you guys
not even helpful.
fucking talking about
What am I supposed to
now?
do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
Oh
Here,
my God,
based
you
on the
guys are
data
just
from your previous
yapping
playthrough,
about
I've
ants.
compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, what the fuck? The Stanley Parallel Worldwide Leaderboard. Where am I? Good old Neil. Skip ID! Golden Roy. What? My eyes. My eyes. My eye. Wait, where am I? Yo. 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 You are objectively ranked 9,328th out of 9,328th. Why do you not ask some friends? I don't have friends. See, the people I'd call friends are currently bombarding my comment section with just spamming. A dead rat is offline. A dead rat is objectively ranked higher than me. This is your superior. You know what? That dead rat was killed by my cat, I'm willing to bet. And I trained that cat, because he nearly killed me. Anyways.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
And now we're at 72.
You wouldn't mind taking
Stop
a look at
fucking
it,
spamming!
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Oh my God, the plant is here! It all makes sense. The plant was there, and the confusion ending, and the plant is here. Oh my God, it's all connected. It is all connected, guys. Get film theory on this shit, bro. It's absolute cinema. It is connected. Holy shit, that baby is annoying. Fucking die. Anyways.
You heartless bastard.
It's the plant, Gerald. The plant. It's all connected. It's how I get you.
I don't know what to do. I'm completely out
Gerald.
of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Gerald.
It's over.
Gerald.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
He's gonna fucking lit up Flappy Bird. Oh, we're humming now?
Yes. Seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it all that I got. La di da di da, la di da di dee. Only I call my name and I'm la di da di da. What the fuck?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is
Deer
about,
hunting
Stanley?
simulator.
What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious
I
to
don't
me
understand
that you are
this
meant
reference.
to play as a creepy man,
I think
spying on
I've seen
innocent
this.
civilians below you from up high in your
Wait, did he?
tower, perhaps
Wait,
for
did
some
he?
sort of twisted erotic
Did he?
purpose.
Alright.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more.
I love
Come,
you too, Gerald.
let's venture outward and see
You know
what else is out there.
I like this ending. It's not the you're not confusing ending, Gerald, but you'll do. Okay, so this is there's Shrek's fucking outhouse over there. There's a circle. Oh wait, we're supposed to go down. So what if I stay up? I really like this view. It's almost as if I could leap off. Y'all have nearly gotten 100 comments by just spamming. Someone else has done this, and they did it very much more creatively. And honestly, not as annoyingly. Anyways.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
I'm touching grass! Holy lag. Anyways. I'm touching grass, guys.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh god, they're building a wall! They're keeping the Mexicans out! Oh my god, they're keeping the Mexicans out!
That thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Gerald, what's
Preferably something with walls.
What's your hate
something
burner
with
against
nice,
open
big,
world games,
insurmountable
Gerald?
walls.
Nice big?
Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around with. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Fucking Rocket League, bro. I really like this.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I'm orange.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple... Hold on, what are you doing?
Huh? What the fuck? What the...
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Wait, Gerald! Gerald! Gerald, I'm scared! Gerald! Filling cabinets. I fell again. Gerald! Oh fuck, it's the rooms now. We schizophrenia of the game, bro, like... Honestly, I don't mind this. I think I miss Gerald. Oh, Gerald, you are missed. Oh, what the fuck?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand
Gerald,
soon
I
what I
miss
was
you.
trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
I'll be
The
back.
end will be here soon.
Soon you'll see.
Very soon. I can wait.
You'll remember what you did to me all those years ago. What was it, 85? That poor man, they're gonna eat him alive. Oceans rise, empires fall. Told to Washington they all seem small. All alone, watch them run. They will tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, this will be fun. Alright, we're back here again.
The
Has it
meeting
reset?
room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever
Oh, wait.
again.
This is different dialogue. We're still in the same route. Oh, alone. Watch them run.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna keep pushing his buttons.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I admired it like at the
The
beginning of
lounge was
stream. I
grand,
do not need
majestic.
to. It is
Perhaps
majestic.
too majestic.
It is majestic.
Like a combination
but
of a mutt,
reminded
but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I would love to do the confusion ending again. My favorite ending so far.
Stanley was so
But-
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I wanna be nice to him. I'm gonna
Look,
get.
Stanley,
I'm gonna
I
get
think
this-
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
I'm really not
I
listening.
realize
to
that
you until I get
investing
there,
your
Gerald.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really
You're
do
not
want
the
to help you,
confusion
to show you
ending,
something beautiful.
Gerald.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Did you just kill me?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's
Oh
beautiful.
God, my
isn't
eyes.
it? If
My
we just
eyes.
stay right here, right in this moment,
Oh,
with
so
this
it's
place,
too.
Stanley,
It's
I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
You feel happy, Gerald? Oh, Gerald, I didn't know. Oh, Gerald, if you feel happy, I feel happy. You know, it's kind of beautiful. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. This is just nice, Gerald. I see it. I understand it now. My God, how are you guys still at it in the comment section? Oh wait. No, you haven't really been at it. Alright, whatever. Oh, to Washington, they all seem.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm sorry, Gerald.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Alright, Gerald, just for you. Just for you, we'll go back.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there, hmm? Just stay here.
Yay! It's working again. Alright, look, Stanley, I can't. I've got to reset the games. I mean, Gerald. Why am I saying my own name? This is how insane.
What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
I'm sorry, Gerald.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Gerald, I have to. Gerald, I need Gerald. I need this. I gotta keep finding the endings. I've gotta keep going.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Gerald, I can't. It's not.
No. What are you doing, Stanley?
Gerald,
Please,
Gerald.
I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Gerald, I don't like that. I need to keep going. Oh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
I don't want to be mean to Gerald.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Gerald, it's just...
This
place gets boring.
You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Gerald, Gerald. How do I say this? This is boring. This is uninteresting. Yeah, I'm going to kill myself. I just can't. I'm sorry, Gerald. Gerald, I hope you understand.
No, perhaps not.
Gerald, if it's the only way to move forward, I have to do it.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
No,
You'll
Gerald,
throw
it's
yourself
not
from
that.
this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally
Gerald.
willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Gerald,
Am I
it's
reading
just...
the situation correctly?
No, Gerald. I want to get more endings, more moments with us, and this is just boring, Gerald. It's boring. Unlike the confusion ending, which made me question reality, this is just making me sad. I don't like being sad, Gerald. But, yeah, get fucked.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
Gerald.
But I guess that was too much to ask.
Gerald!
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Gerald, you depressing cuck. Please, just do something else. I don't want to do this for the ending. Why is this game making me do this?
Is it over? going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Alright, if that is the ending, yeah. I wouldn't put it above the confusion ending, but why the fuck? Bro,